Magona here. Join me as I have a conversation with the Deputy Minister sharing his experience and key takeaways from the World Congress of Biosphere Reserve. Stay tuned and enjoy. What is your key takeaway from this Congress?
Well, certainly the key takeaway from this Congress is the endorsement of the Hangzhou Strategy and the action plan. And I believe it now positions Man and Biosphere program at the center of renewed vision for global sustainability. And this strategy and action plan will certainly provide a practical implementation of the key targets of the global biodiversity framework that we've adopted. And I believe that it will also offer and provide not only a roadmap for South Africa, but meaningful contribution to the vision of the program.
What are the most important lessons or action you plan to take back to South Africa for implementation within the Man and Biosphere program?
As you know, we are currently implementing reviewing the National Biosphere Strategy in South Africa. So I think it's very, very important to use what has been adopted here as part of the strategy and action plan as a roadmap and include it in our strategy moving forward. And in the next few months, we will, as a department, engage with stakeholders in the process of reviewing our strategy. And we want to invite everybody that is involved in the biosphere space, including communities, researchers, scientists, to participate in this strategic workshop. So that can be opportunities for skills and development of communities that we have to benefit from our biospheres.
What message do you like to share with the Biosphere Reserve, and how do you see South African Biosphere Reserve contributing to the new MAP strategy?
Firstly, we're very proud that in South Africa we have 10 biospheres, which are recognized by UNESCO. But what makes my heart very warm is to see young people like you representing the youth of South Africa at these international conferences, and hearing from my department officials and others about the contribution and the passion that the youth have. Certainly as a department, we want to encourage you to continue doing what you are doing, and we will provide every kind of support that we possibly can to make sure that you don't become the future generation, but you are the now and you are the future for Man and Biosphere.
What specific role can young people play in implementing this new strategy?
Well, firstly, taking the message to communities. I believe young people can really take this message to communities and use indigenous knowledge. I mean, our ancestors, our kokos, are the ones who are able to tell us stories of how they have survived with nature over the years. And I think the youth sometimes ignore that. So we have to rely on the kind of information and the knowledge that they have. But we have to encourage more youth to be passionate about nature. And then realize it's not about protecting nature, but it's also deriving benefits from nature. You can derive economic benefits. And we talk about job creation, we talk about technology, we talk about sciences. Here is sustainable work opportunities that can exist whilst you're enjoying the beauty of nature. And we want to make sure that you do that and you spread this message far and wide amongst our youth in South Africa, that there are endless possibilities between man and the biosphere.
What do you think are the low-hanging fruits that we can immediately address as Biosphere Reserve in South Africa to contribute to the bigger global strategy?
Well, I think after being here, for the last 4 days and seeing the kind of activities and even looking at the biospheres in other countries and the opportunities there, certainly one of the things that we must continue doing and we will accelerate is capacity building amongst the youth. I feel South Africans, and perhaps I must also admit, didn't know much about biospheres and their value until I got here. So I think going to our tertiary institutions, going to our schools, teaching our young learners, even from grade R, about how nature and man can work together. I think that's something that we as a department want to do, and bring in your CETAs and everybody else to continue empowering youth. We need to empower you in a sustainable way, not just to come here, listen, and go back home and do nothing about it. But you need to go back and practically implement what you've seen, what you've learned, and the wonderful examples from other countries in terms of biospheres. So I want to give you an assurance And when I go back, I'm certainly going to be rooting for the youth as the department, as the Deputy Minister, to make sure that we do everything within our power, and also using the private sector as well. Appealing upon the private sector to also come to the party, because they also have this kind of responsibility.
The participation of youth within the MEP program is very important. What message would you like to share with the Biosphere Reserve managers and board of directors regarding youth involvement and participation in decision making?
I visited Kruger Canyon, and I did see young people involved, although I feel that much more could be done. But I think we have to make a concerted effort with our biospheres to not only encourage them, but to implore them to include young people. Even if they are interns moving up within the organization, the executive of biosphere organizations. But I mean, from seeing what you all do here, certainly you'll have the talent, you'll have the potential, and more importantly, you have the zest to be able to contribute. And that's something that I want to encourage.
What is that one word you could use to describe the Congress?
The word will be wow.
Have it, guys. We just had a very beautiful conversation with the Deputy Minister. Stay tuned and watch out for more of our videos that will be upcoming. Take care and get ready to participate actively within the Men and Biosphere programs in your country. With that, Ndiri Ndodibuwa.